what's up, everybody? What up? Another Mix It Up Reactions. I'm your host, Joel Hawkinson. Of course, I'm here with my buddy,
H. Jones.
So, today we're going to be doing another BTS one. You know, YouTube keeps throwing us. I think they're actually going through like Hybe's like entire playlist or something. I don't know.
Rolling through.
We got a couple that didn't look interesting that weren't BTS, but we were like, I don't want to do those because they didn't look fun. They look kind of like, I don't know. YouTube sometimes will throw us some stuff that's a little weird. It's like, hey, this is a guy who has like 5,000 views on his video and it's not music. I don't know. They send us some weird stuff sometimes.
That's part of your viewing history.
Or maybe that's just the only English translation that's as close to what they mean. That could be what it is too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I don't know what that would mean, like puberty or something.
That'd be a weird title for a song, though.
War of the Hormone is a pretty weird title.
That's
So
true, too.
yeah, maybe
I
it's
guess
about
it wouldn't be any better.
puberty or young emotions, or let's be honest, a bit dirty. Is that what it's about? Like being all, I don't know. Maybe your sex drive's just overhauled. That's what it is. I mean, when I was young, don't get me wrong, every boy goes through it. But if I can be honest, every girl goes through it too. I never knew any girls in my class, grade, younger or older, that weren't talking about that stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway, so we're going to be checking out this song. So this will probably be it's an older one. It's 9 years ago it came out. So, or at least when it was put on YouTube. So I don't know. I expect it to be
very
as aggressive and rappy as the other ones we've seen. So hopefully it's got some good rap line parts and some good hooks and stuff like that. I'm excited to see it.
Who wants that aggression? Somebody's getting punched in the face.
Somebody's getting punched. No, yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you know when new things are coming out. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, mk5studios.com. In case you need something as a business owner, you know, graphic design, web design, video, pre and post production. Maybe you're getting stuff printed, wall murals, things like that. Just give us a call. We designed it all. Ah, that's a good tagline. I just made it up. I'm going to use that. Why don't you give us a call? We do it all. It's super corny.
You can remember it.
I won't remember it. Oh, crap. If you give us a call, consume it all. That's not it. Well,
we'll
put a pizza in front of me. That thing works. Give us a call. I'll consume it all. But yeah, so we're going to be checking out War of Hormone from BTS. So let's
check it
goof on it. What?
You're in the settings. You have to go to the slide over, then push it, hit play.
There we go.
There you go.
Center. Big hit. Yeah, War of the Hormone makes sense.
전화 좀 해줘 내가 밥 살게 아 요즘 미친 것 같아 기침하게 만드는 여자들 옷차림 다 미침 Very much Thank you 내 시력을 올려줘 사겼다 돈 드는 필요 없어 I'll be in panic I'll be in fan and I'll be your man up 자꾸만 눈이 돌아가는 여자들은 빌려 여자들은 방정식 우리 남자들은 흘려 다 빌빌 괜히 빌빌 되게 더 많이 좀 신어줘 hard 나도 얘네들 알 건데 여자가 세게 치고란 건 봐 Yes I'm a bad boy so I like bad girl 이리 와봐 baby 우린 잘돼 Hello 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 Tell me what you want right now Hello 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 I'ma give it to you girl right now 내건 아니라지만 넌 최고 네 앞에서 baby go 있는 내 맘 네게 다가서고 싶지만 너무 심하게 아름다워 여자는 최고야 선물이야 세상에서 원해 너뿐이야 난 너라면 난 목해 자제가 안 되네 앞에도 최고 뒤태도 최고 머리부터 발끝까지 최고 번씩 놀다 헤어질 여자들에게 관심 없지. 근데 널 보면 배워받은 건축학계로 묵직하게 증가하는 나의 테스토스테론 호르몬과의 싸움 이겨낸다. 연구해 너란 존재 반칙이야. 미쳐 기준이 바다면 넌 좀 심해. 그 자체 국가 차원에서 가능해야 될 미연군. 나 그냥 머리판이 허리다. 나보다 내 범위가 관심 없단 말이 남자로서 많이 허위상. 장대수 하나에도 뻑이가 널 니오게 범을 지켜내 컴퓨터 그를 위한 ready first. 여자 차가운 빙상 let it go. 난 미치게 하는 female 나 자극한 email. 오늘도 호르몬과 싸움 후대 여드름을 떼. Hello 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 tell me what you want right now. Hello 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 I'ma give it to you girl right now. 내건 아니라지만 넌 최고. 네 앞에서 baby going in 내 맘. 네게 다가서고 싶지만 너무 심하게 아름다워. 여자는 최고야. 선물이야 선물이야. 진짜 내 소원은 너뿐이야 너뿐이야. 난 너라면 난목해. 자제가 안 되네. 앞에도 최고 뒤태도 최고. 머리부터 발끝까지 최고 최고. 누구 때문에 여자 때문에 누구 때문에 호르몬 때문에 누구 때문에 남자기 때문에 남자기 때문에 여자 때문에 누구 때문에 여자 때문에 누구 때문에 호르몬 때문에 누구 때문에 여자 때문에 남자기 때문에 여자 때문에 여자는 최고야. 선물이야 선물이야. 진짜 내 소원은 너뿐이야 너뿐이야. 난 너라면 난목해. 자제가 안 되네. 앞에도 최고 뒤태도 최고. 머리부터 발끝까지 최고 최고. 앞에도 최고 뒤태도 최고. 머리부터 발끝까지 최고 최고. 앞에도 최고 뒤태도 최고. 걸음걸이 하나까지 최고 최고.
Good Lord. War of Hormone.
I actually kind of like the old stuff.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, like hardcore, like puberty or something, but like it was. And I love how they did do the title at the end because I was confused. I didn't know if that was the proper English translation or something like that. So I'm glad that War of Hormone, which makes perfect sense because, yeah, if you're 18, 19, 20,
Your hormones are just raging.
That's where you're going to be at, man. It doesn't matter how knowledgeable you are, how kind and understanding and sweet you are. You're going to have a little bit of those moments where it's like, man, I just would really like to do stuff. Like, a lot of people didn't know I was a musician for a long time. Like, even people I went to high school with were like, I just heard from James. He said, you sing in a band? Yeah, I'm going up in 30 minutes. He was like, what? When did you start this? Been doing it for 7 years. 7 years? Why haven't you told? Have you made an album? Yeah, I've had 5. What the is happening right now? Like, that happened all the time. I'd have friends, and I only had like 2 or 3 friends who were like, would love the attention they got off me getting attention for it. So then they would shop me.
Wingman.
Yeah. And well, no, I wouldn't say wingman because the reason why I never did it is because I never did it. I'd like people to just like me for me, not because I'm popular or whatever else. So I never told anybody because I didn't really care to. I was the opposite of a good musician. I didn't have the hunger to be famous. That's just the way it was. And I would have these couple of friends who'd be like shopping me to everyone in the area, like bring 10 of my albums and be like, hey man, you got a couple extra albums I want to give them out, blah, blah. Like, you trying to promote my band? And they're like, well, yeah. I'm like, are you really trying to promote my band? well, I mean, do you want me to do that? I'm like, dude, I don't care. You don't have to. It seems like overhandling, and I don't really want to deal with it right now. Because I'd have to go over to that side of the room, pick up a bunch of crap, unbox this, take out the albums, give them to you. And he's like, can I just have them? And I'm like, why? Tell me the real reason. Because girls pay more attention to me if I'm trying to shop you. And I'm like, is that why you come up to me at parties and you're like, hey, sing a little bit for him? I'm like, I'm not your dancing monkey. Ting, 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 ting. I love you. Ting, 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 ting.
He's a good singer. Go check him out.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know him. He's my best friend. I've known him for like 30 years.
And that phrase got uttered quite a bit, and it was just
Taught
like
him everything he knows. I used to manage him for a while.
yeah, I helped him write half the songs. I had a lot of dudes who I didn't even know say that stuff at shows. Like I heard this one girl came up to me after a show, and she was like, "Hey, so I met your writer friend." I'm like, "Huh?" She's like, "The guy that helped you write like most of your songs," and I'm like, "That would be me." Well, no, I mean, I'm talking about Derek. I'm like, Derek? That guy over there, see him at the bar? I'm like, that dude is 55 years of age. You think I write with a 55-year-old? I'm 20. And they'd be like, yeah, well, that's not the guy. I'm like, no, that's not the guy. That's the uncle of one of the band members. And they'd be like, oh. I'm like, were you actually considering that? I was like, you're 18. That's creepy. Of course, you know. But even in my older age, I'm now 40-something, which was probably the actual age of the guy I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that dude was creepy. I don't want to go hang out with 18-year-old girls. That's weird. It's super creepy. Alpha. I mean, maybe if they're 28, I might be into that because they're old enough to know what's going on. But
yeah.
18-year-old, those are babies. Ugh. So gross. Anyways, but yeah, we got on a weird topic. Well, it's all connected to that.
It's connected to hormones.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, the song is super aggressive, which I like. The writing style is actually interesting because it is something different that we haven't heard from BTS before.
Very different.
Yeah, it was almost like, I want to say it has tones of like new school and old school R&B, like 90s.
And some old hip hop too.
And 2000s. And then it has like 95 to 98 hip hop sound. Mm-hmm. Like that's all mixed together. I really, really liked it actually. And it's mixed differently too than what they normally do. Yeah. Because it was much louder too. Mm-hmm. That's the first time I've had to turn down the audio on the Bluetooth. I was like, hey, this is a little aggressive volume-wise.
You want it aggressive? You got aggression.
And let's be honest, people, that was the most energy V has displayed ever. All the videos we've seen,
that is
the most energy and facial.
Before he discovered weed, I don't know if he smokes. I'm just saying, he's super relaxed. So
I'm just saying, like, he usually has like 20 different facial feature emotions that he goes through in a dance or a video or whatever. And that was like 950 in that one. Like he was doing all kinds of stuff. Like I was like, he just lick his fingers and point to the camera. What is with V? Like, I kind of want to think that he actually kind of took a page from his own book and was like, what was I like at 14? And like, that's what he did. Yeah, it was super aggressive, man. I liked it. It was the most energy I've ever seen out of V.
I saw there's one part where they said, it was like, you're so beautiful, I don't know where to look. And all I could see was my eyes are up here. Like I could just see the girl that they're talking to saying that, like, I don't know where to look. You're so beautiful. My eyes are up here.
Yeah.
Remember in the background, like in Women Are Perfect? I don't remember who was doing the hand signals.
I don't remember who did it either.
I think the lyrics and just, I guess, the acting of it in the video, it was funnier.
Yeah, it was like they were having fun with it. They were playing with it.
Yeah, and even just lyrically.
Yeah, they were just playing with it. They were having fun with it. They were trying out some new things. I mean, again, this is probably 9 years ago would be like, what, second album or something like that. Mm-hmm. If they've been around for 13 years, then I guess if they took 2 years in between, but they probably did.
But not with many songs they got.
Yeah, they hustle like nobody's business. So
Hustling,
it's like 13 years ago they came out. 9 years ago they had been a band for 10 years. Like, that's just kind of how BTS works. They compress a lot more into what they do. But no, that was cool, man. It had very old stylings of hip hop, but modern twist. Different mixing all the way across. Mastering was different too. The video was actually very entertaining and funny because they were just all on point, just having fun. Like that's what it mainly was, because they did essentially the same dance over and over and over.
Yeah, they did it in the chorus
in different locations with slight tweaks here and there, but it was very funny. Just their facial expressions they were using half the time. I was like, oh my goodness, this is pretty funny. Yeah.
There's a part where one of them said, I keep a picture of a girl on my computer at night, and I was like,
I think I know what he is talking about. I think you meant screensaver.
Maybe.
I mean, this is 9 years ago, so that's screensaver. Who leaves that stuff open?
I don't know. We're talking War of Hormone.
Yeah, it makes more sense with a screensaver. It makes more sense because in reality, who's also going to leave their desktop open?
Yeah, I guess
so. It's a screensaver is definitely what he's talking about. He's not talking about just leaving it open to Pornhub or something.
You are bold, sir.
Yeah. Anyone could walk in at any moment. You know, you got roommates.
Just letting it autoplay, huh?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that was okay. I did live with someone for about a week, and that's why I only lived there for a week. They were like, yeah, you know, you can stay with me while you're waiting for your apartment to get ready, and I was like, yeah, cool, man, that'd be awesome. And I remember walking in the door, and I heard something in the background. And I'm like, and it was like the second day. And I was like, what is that noise? And I thought, honestly, the neighbors next door were having sex. That's what I thought what it was. And I couldn't tell for sure. Either that or fighting. So, you know how you can't, no, come on now.
What kind of videos is he watching?
No, that's just like, you can't tell sometimes through a wall if it's fighting or fun. Like you don't know. So I'm sitting there, I'm in the kitchen cooking something. He opens the door, and to much of his dismay, realized that I was home and didn't know that. I don't know how I'm a big dude who slams doors. I don't slam doors, but I don't whisperly, quietly put them. I'm like, do you got to have some awareness? Like, open a window and make sure you can see the parking lot or something. You know, just know that I'm coming in. I even sent him a message. Hey, I'll be home in like 10 minutes. You want something from the Wawa? And he was like, no, I'm good. I'm like, you not know I was going to be here? Because he opened his door, straight up, see his big screen in his room, just stuff happening. But it was a very different type of, I mean, don't kink shame. It's cool, you know. Let your freak flag fly.
He said kink
shame? Yeah, kink shame.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Never heard of it.
Don't kink shame. Someone's kink, don't shame them for it. Yeah. But you don't kink shame, let your freak flag fly, but definitely don't be doing it while I'm right next door. Like, not next door. The room I'm in is the next door to the room you are. There is a thin, hollow core door in between us. Please go in your bathroom. That's not effective, man. And it just, he opened the door. I could see his TV plain as day. Where I'm cooking is his door's facing me. And he just opens the door. He goes, oh, and like grabs, I'm like, come on, man. Why?
Forgot he had a roommate.
I'm like, I know I'm only here a week, but you just made it 2 days. Have you ever had embarrassing moments like that?
No.
Really?
No.
Wow. I mean, it's good for your heart, I'll tell you that. A few times that it's happened. Woo! Adrenaline spike, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got so many stories. I should tell them one day on a podcast, but they're supremely graphic, some of them. Anyways, but
okay. You can give it a new name.
Well, I always do that. I never give other people's information.
No, I'm talking about you can make it like a new show. So you give it a new name, and then this one's rated R.
Joel's hilarious stories that are messed up in every way. Yeah. Well, they're not
New
messed
rating.
up. They're just stuff that I went through. But yeah, man. I really like the video. I like the song. I mean, I didn't expect stuff 9 years ago, 10 years ago, because that's what we've seen a lot of lately. I didn't expect 9, 10 years to be that good.
But just that different.
Huh?
Just the difference, the dynamics from then and now.
It's that evolution, you know?
Yeah.
It's definitely that evolution. So
I will say, if you go back to when, I want to say it was the first time they got on the bikes and they're going towards the camera.
Yeah.
I think it's Jimin on the right side of the screen. He missed the pedal.
Like, was it obvious?
Everyone's looking forward and you see his foot kind of flinch and then he looks down real quick. It's like, oh, there's the pedal. All right.
So it took him a half a second to.
Yeah. He almost fell off the bike. And then like half a second after that, his part of the verse comes up.
Yeah, it's a good video. It's a good song. I enjoyed myself. I mean, it doesn't have any deeper meaning. And maybe it does. Maybe Army, it has a deeper meaning. I don't think it does. It's War of Hormone. So. Yeah. I don't know what else you could take from that. War of Hormone is a metaphor for sociological disorder. No, I don't think so. It's about hormones.
It's about being 18, so.
Yeah, it's about being 18, 19, 20, and just being ridiculous.
And one of them was about how you like tummies. That's the midriff.
Yeah, if I can be honest, like, don't get me wrong, I was smarter than the average 20-year-old because, again, most of my friends were doing some stupid stuff. Like, just stuff they knew was dumb, and they were like, I just gotta do it. Like, they didn't care. They're like, it'll be different. It won't be like that for me. And it's like, then it happens. Yeah, it was like that for me. I'm like, well, that's the way it happens. It's like 1 + 1 = 2. No, it's going to be purple. No, it's going to be 2. Yeah. So, I mean, I was smarter than the average person of my friends, but even I did some dumb stuff in 18, 19, 20. War of Hormone. I liked it. It was good. Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notifications so you know when new things are coming out. Yeah. Don't forget to Dragon Breath. Sorry. That was weird.
What?
Random.
Yeah.
Got what I was going to say. That's why.
You went to like and subscribe. Knowing new videos coming out, hit the bell notification.
Did you just literally say the whole thing for me? Okay, cool.
I think so.
I like that.
Yeah.
And don't forget to check out our sponsor, AK5 Studios. If you own a business, you need some graphic design, web design, or video pre and post production, go check it out. And be sure to be nice to each other, to be kind to each other. Do something kind, do something nice, do something amazing. Better health, better wealth, my friend. Love you guys. See you soon.